Sit alone for a moment and think deeply about the last 24 hours of your life. Think about every small interaction you had with people. Think about every message you received, every conversation you had, every moment where your mood suddenly changed because of someone else. Maybe somebody ignored your text. Maybe someone talked to you rudely. Maybe someone disrespected you in front of others. Maybe one small thing happened and suddenly your entire energy changed. Your mind became heavy, your chest felt hot with anger, and your mood got destroyed for hours. Now ask yourself honestly, why does another human being have so much control over your emotions? Why can a single sentence from another person completely change your mental state? The painful truth is that most people are living like open doors. Anybody can walk in, press a few emotional buttons, and completely control their mind. This is exactly how the modern world works. Society understands emotional weakness better than ever before. Companies use emotions to sell products. Social media uses emotions to keep you addicted. Relationships use emotions to create attachment. Manipulative people use emotions to control others. Every single day, whether you realize it or not, somebody somewhere is trying to influence your emotional state. And the scary part is that most people don't even notice it happening. They think they are making independent decisions, but in reality, their emotions are controlling everything. One insult ruins their confidence. One rejection destroys their motivation. One breakup destroys their mental peace. One failure makes them question their entire life. Slowly, people lose themselves because they never learned how to control their emotions. That is why emotional control is one of the most dangerous powers a human can develop. The person who controls emotions controls situations. The person who controls reactions controls outcomes. But the person who loses emotional control becomes weak in front of the world. Understand this carefully. The world does not respect people who react emotionally to everything. The world respects calm people, dangerous people, disciplined people, and emotionally stable people. Because calmness under pressure is real power. Anybody can stay calm when life is easy. But staying calm during disrespect, anger, fear, betrayal, or pressure, that is what separates strong people from weak people. Yesterday, something happened with me that perfectly explains this reality. And I'm telling you honestly, this incident taught me more about emotional control than many motivational speeches ever could. At our place, we do stitching work. Normally, customers come themselves to collect clothes, but yesterday I was already going somewhere and one customer's house was on the way. So I thought I would simply deliver the clothes personally. Nothing serious, just a normal day. I picked up the clothes and reached his place. The customer came outside. He checked the clothes carefully. He wore them. The fitting was perfect. Everything looked completely fine. For a moment, I thought the work was done smoothly. But then suddenly he looked at me and said, "Brother, I told you to add buttons to this." Now the reality was that my brother forgot to add the buttons by mistake. They were small buttons worth maybe 5 or rupee 10. A tiny mistake. But suddenly the entire atmosphere changed. His face changed instantly. His tone became aggressive. He started speaking loudly as if something huge had happened. Then he said, "I'm not paying for this." At first I thought he was joking, but no, he was serious. He picked up the clothes worth rupee 1,750 and started moving toward his bike as if he was going to leave without paying. Now understand something carefully. This situation was no longer about buttons. It became a psychological power game. He believed that if he created enough pressure, enough anger, enough intimidation, then I would either become scared or emotional. Most people in these situations lose control immediately. Some start shouting back. Some begin abusing. Others become nervous and weak, but I decided to stay calm. I stopped him politely and firmly said, "Brother, either give the money or return the clothes." The moment I stopped him, his ego exploded even more. Suddenly he grabbed my collar tightly and raised his fist as if he was about to punch me. Now listen carefully. This was a dangerous moment. One emotional reaction from either side could have turned everything into violence. Most people in that moment either panic or attack instantly. But I stayed calm. I looked directly into his eyes without fear. No shouting, no panic, no abuse, just strong eye contact and confidence. Sometimes silence becomes more dangerous than screaming. I kept staring at him calmly and slowly something happened. His fist went down. He released my collar. Why? Because he realized something important. He realized I was not emotionally affected by his aggression. This is something most people fail to understand about psychology. Aggressive people often depend on emotional reactions from others. Manipulators feel powerful when they see fear, panic, or anger in your face. But the moment they realize you are mentally stable and emotionally controlled, their confidence starts collapsing. That man expected me to react emotionally, but when I didn't, he slowly lost control of the situation himself. Then I called my brother to ask what should be done while the man continued shouting and abusing loudly. But even then, I controlled my emotions. Understand the difference between weakness and calmness. Weak people stay silent because they are scared. Strong people stay silent because they are in control. Then suddenly he said, "I'll only pay rupee 1,500. I'm cutting the remaining amount because of the missing buttons." Imagine the level of irrational anger. A few missing buttons had turned into a full-blown ego battle. After that, he tried to start his bike and escape quickly. At that moment, I had no option except to stop him. So I grabbed the handle of the bike firmly and looked directly into his eyes. This time I spoke in a deeper and stronger voice. I told him clearly, "You are not leaving without paying." And suddenly something shocking happened. I noticed his hands shaking slightly. The same man who was shouting aggressively just a few moments ago suddenly became nervous. Why? Because intimidation only works on emotionally weak people. The moment someone realizes you are mentally fearless and emotionally stable, their fake dominance begins to disappear. Finally, after all the arguing, he paid most of the money. He still refused to give rupee 50, but honestly at that point I decided to let it go because sometimes peace is more valuable than money. But then something happened that completely proved the power of emotional control. Before leaving, the same man stopped his bike, looked at me differently, and apologized sincerely. He folded his hands and admitted that his anger had taken over him. He literally said, "Brother, forgive me, I got angry and lost control." Think about this carefully. A man who was ready to fight a few minutes ago was now apologizing respectfully. Why? Because emotional control changes human psychology. The situation changed not because I fought harder, but because I controlled myself better. This is the power of confidence, calmness, and emotional stability. When you stop reacting emotionally to everything, people start seeing you differently. They stop seeing you as weak. They stop seeing you as easy to manipulate. Most people think strength means shouting louder, fighting harder, or acting aggressively. But real strength is staying calm while chaos is happening around you. Real strength is controlling yourself when anger is burning inside you. Real strength is remaining logical while others are becoming emotional. Now the biggest question is, how can someone actually control emotions in real life? The answer is simple but powerful. Always think about the result before reacting. This one habit can completely change your life. Whenever anger rises inside you, don't focus only on the emotion. Focus on the outcome. Ask yourself, what happens next if I lose control? Imagine someone insults you publicly. Your first instinct will be to shout back or fight, but stop for 1 second and think. What if the fight becomes physical? What if police get involved? What if one emotional moment destroys your career, reputation, or future? Suddenly your anger becomes smaller because logic enters the situation. This same principle works everywhere in life. Imagine a relative insulting you in front of family members. Deep inside you feel humiliated. Your ego burns with anger. You want to insult them back immediately. But if you react emotionally, the entire family may blame you instead. Society often judges the reaction more than the action. That is why silence is sometimes strategy, not weakness. Smart people don't waste energy trying to win every argument. They focus on winning life itself. If someone insults you today, don't destroy yourself emotionally trying to prove something instantly. Use that pain as fuel. Let success become your revenge. Imagine someone mocking you during your struggling days. Then years later you become successful, respected, wealthy, and mentally strong. One day you meet those same people again. But instead of insulting them, you smile politely and treat them kindly. Trust me, nothing destroys insecure people more deeply than seeing someone they underestimated become successful and emotionally unbreakable. Silent success burns egos more than loud revenge ever could. The same thing happens in relationships and heartbreak. So many people destroy themselves emotionally after breakups. They spend months checking profiles, waiting for messages, losing sleep, crying, overthinking, and damaging their mental peace. But again, ask yourself, what is the result of this emotional suffering? Nothing. You are only damaging your own future while the other person may already have moved on. Emotional attachment without self-control slowly destroys confidence, discipline, and mental peace from the inside. The world today is full of emotionally reactive people. Everybody wants instant revenge, instant reactions, instant emotional satisfaction. But emotionally intelligent people understand something deeper. They understand that peace of mind is more valuable than temporary emotional victories. They understand that reactions can destroy years of progress. They understand that emotional control is not about suppressing feelings, it is about mastering them. At the end of the day, life always rewards emotionally strong people. Before reacting, pause. Before shouting, think. Before allowing anger to control you, ask yourself whether this situation truly deserves your peace. Because the person who controls emotions controls life itself. But the person who gets controlled by emotions becomes controlled by others. Learn to stay calm under pressure. Learn to remain confident during disrespect. Learn to think logically during anger. Because once you master emotional control, people lose the power to manipulate you. And the moment people lose control over your emotions, you become mentally free.